Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Compi Crew podcast. I'm going to be your host today, Brian, and of course, as usual, I got the boys, Dan.
Yep.
And Jimmy.
Hi.
Oh, man.
The energy.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Well, it has been a while since we recorded last.
Yeah.
Because, adult life, busy.
Boring.
Either overtime work, weddings, events. It's just, it's been hard to try and, or, if I miss my alarm and I oversleep.
Such as last time.
But we're back finally. We got to match all of our times and our schedules together. So, it's just been so long. I just been wanting to record, and we're finally here. So I can't wait. I got some news lined up. That's not too old. I got it within the last week or two.
Yep. Well, and we'll run through Cyberpunk as well. What we thought of it.
That's going to be the topic for today is Cyberpunk. So I know it came out probably a month ago now. Was it September or so?
Somewhere around that. Yeah.
But
so long ago.
Yeah. Oh yep. As soon as we watched it too, we're like, yeah, we gotta hop on mic and record what we think, and then here we are a month later.
What did my life become?
So
long ago.
But Brian, I see you have a Trash Taste shirt on. You went to their event. How was that?
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago was Comic-Con. I think about 2 weeks ago. Today's the 23rd. So yeah, 2 weeks ago, they had a tour going on, or currently right now as of recording, they're still doing
they're still
it.
going.
Yeah, and they on Saturday they had at the I feel like I mispronounced it, but it's the Palladium Times Square Theater. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I've never heard of it, so that's right to me.
Yeah, no, it was so cool to see the boys live, and their whole show is based around having the whole crowd interact and as much interaction as possible. So when you walked in,
a lot of kissing.
Oh yeah, no,
as much as possible.
Connor jumped off the stage and started making out with some dude. I was like, damn, no,
wow,
fake. It's fake news.
Don't take that.
But no, when you walked in the venue, they had a giant QR code on the screen, and if you scanned it, you got asked 5 or 6 questions. I forgot how many there were, but there was a segment during the show where they took the top 5 answers of everybody in the theater, who answered the questions, and the boys had to guess the correct answers. And I think it was the top 5, like I said. So 5 was 1.4 was 2, et cetera, et cetera. And some of the questions were oh, what's a hentai category that you secretly enjoy? And people were I think number 4 was futa, and then number 3 was vanilla. And I can't remember the exact order. It's been a while.
See, I'm not into big time into hentai culture. I didn't know there were subgenres of hentai. Did you?
There's a lot of categories.
I don't know what futa means.
Yeah, I was futon.
Yeah, but don't worry about it. Look it up.
It's not fupa, right?
No.
Okay.
Look it up later.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Don't tell me what to do.
Fuck, dude. I'm gonna
Can't stop me.
Oh my god! I'm waiting for Jimmy's reaction. He's gonna be
I'm turning on incognito mode. So
yeah.
Figure out my history later.
Another question. I think it was the first question was, what does America do better than any other country in the world?
Fuck up.
And the number 1 answer was food, but the number 5 answer was guns and violence. And I was like,
that should have been number 1.
I mean, that's true.
Should have been number 1.
But yeah.
Wait, show me.
No, you don't want to see that.
Oh, come on. Well, now I'm gonna look it up.
Want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it now. I can't not know. Maybe it's my new thing. Who knows?
Live reaction of what a futa is.
I'll say before. Yeah, maybe it's my new thing. And then I'll decide after.
I don't think it's gonna be her.
Here you go, Dan. Why is it so big?
Man.
Wow. There's a lot going on there.
It's pretty incredible, right?
All right, maybe it's not my new thing, but I'm not going to judge people.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Don't look up what a futa is around in public or loved ones.
No, look it up in public.
All I'll say is average size.
Just assert your T-pose and assert your dominance while you show everyone. But yeah, no.
I think that's below average.
Yeah.
Yeah, the show was, like I said, it was awesome. It started around 8 o'clock, ended at 10. It was a 2-hour show. And the one interesting thing about the show was that they kind of
very interesting.
I had pictures everywhere.
No, they really emphasized, like, it was about like a couple minutes into the show, and Joey was like, the one thing that we ask of you guys is to like not take your phones out and record the show, because like they wanted like each show to
be kind of
like
unique,
kind of memorable, and like, you know,
I'm
they
taking
want
my phone
they
out
don't
and
want
recording.
anyone distracted or anything. So yeah, no, it was really cool because where I was sitting, and this is going to be a whole nother story, I was sitting on like the mezzanine kind of section,
Okay.
and so I was looking over everyone else, and no one really, like, as far as I can tell, took their phones out. Maybe because I think they also had runners that would like tell you to put your phone away or something.
Yeah, they had knives as well, which was scary.
So it comes up to me and tells me,
From what I heard.
put your phone away. Make me.
Okay.
Shing. Pulls out samurai katana. So backing up to, I have a little bit of a story about this show, because when I bought the tickets originally, on Ticketmaster, the venue for the theater showed like VIP, and VIP was the mezzanine sections, so it was on the left and the right of the stage. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, it's like $70 or whatever. I'm going to buy VIP. This is
That's not
cool,
bad.
Great.
Yeah, for a live show.
And so I bought my tickets, and then like a week or 2 weeks before the show, I got an email, and it was saying that, oh, you like purchased a VIP ticket, so like VIP package 1 gets these benefits, and VIP package 2 gets these benefits. And I was like, I don't remember like selecting a VIP package option, so maybe I just like got one, like I don't know which one I got.
I got one and two.
And no, it was because the packages, one included like special a bundle from the merch store, and you got like early access into the venue, and then I think like the package 2, you got those other previous things I mentioned, plus you got a pre-show Q&A with the boys. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, that's pretty cool. All right, like I don't know which one I have, but fine. And so fast forward to the venue, I got there about an hour and a half before like the show, because I'm like, okay, maybe like I don't know how early I'm supposed to get there. The email's not telling me, et cetera, et cetera. And then when I get there, it's about like 6:30 or so, and there's 2 other people at the box, like off it, like the box window, or the ticket window, and I overheard them, and like, oh, like why can't we get in? We have VIP tickets. I don't understand. And I was like, oh, what's going on? And like, well, they're not letting us in because apparently we were supposed to get like these special badges, and like that one that you would put on a lanyard, and I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. I'm like losing thought. ADHD.
How dare you?
I know, right? But okay, yeah. So we were supposed to get the badges. Obviously, we didn't, and we were like, "What's going on? What's going on?" So then, like, the promoter for the tour or like the venue or whatever came out and was like, "Oh, what's going on? What's the matter?" We explained our situation, and then by now, like a half an hour goes by, so now it's like 7. So we're like, "Oh, like, are we gonna? When's the Q&A? We have no idea." And finally, the promoter tells us that now there's like about 5 of us or so standing at like this window or outside the doors, and we can see the line around the corner,
Breathing on the window.
Yeah, we can see we can see the line of like other people waiting, and they let us know that the VIP tickets that we got were for the venue and not for the show. And I really can't recall when I was purchasing my tickets, when I was looking at.
I can't recall the blackout rage I had and punched the guy right in the face.
No, because when I was purchasing the tickets, I saw that the front row, like the front 2 or 3 rows, were like $120, and then the rows behind that, a couple were like $90. And I remember I was like, I'm not.
So weird for mezzanine to be 70, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know if I just didn't read it clearly, or if it specified like VIP, and maybe I just don't remember. But I guess, I was a little disappointed, but at the same time, I was like, okay, I understand.
That's weird though.
Yeah, like they didn't, like Ticketmaster didn't highlight the front rows as VIP, but I guess that's because maybe Ticketmaster isn't, like, they don't know that, or the website doesn't know that. It just knows that the balconies are always VIP, so that's what it highlighted.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was just whatever. But the promoter actually did end up letting us in about a half an hour early, so we were able to like first dibs on the merch, and like we got
nice.
We got drinks before this massive crowd came, because it was like it was a big line. It was like it went around the corner.
Oh wow.
So he still let us in, and we got to see like the stage and everything, like pretty much empty because no one was in yet. So that was really nice. But just a little confusion, I guess, on my part, or they didn't make it clear enough. I don't know. So I wasn't going to make a big deal. I was just happy. I was just happy to be there. Yeah, no, the show was a great time, and I'm excited. I'm happy that I went.
Yeah, cool.
So that's that. But on to some news now.
All right.
The first one I'll start with, because you guys have read it, or I think, Jimmy, you're even caught up on it, is Tokyo Revengers. Manga is ending in 5 chapters.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm not caught up fully. I think I'm like 1 or 2 chapters behind it.
Okay, but you're right there.
It's going to be a very lazy ending, I feel like.
I don't know. I think, yeah, it's weird. It doesn't seem like.
It doesn't seem like, unless they wrap it up.
It's the same pacing they've had like throughout the series for the past, like, I don't know,
Which
80 chapters. Not even slow. It's just like, it just feels like another loop. You know what I mean? It just feels like another one. And I'm like, I guess you'll end it here, but how?
Yeah.
It seems like they would need at least another 10 chapters to properly wrap it up.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like it's going to be very rushed.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. You feel like there's just too much that hasn't been answered, and you're like, because
their chapters are short.
Oh, okay.
Are you caught up with it?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the last part I got caught up was when you find out. I'm not gonna like say anything major, but when you find out about Mikey's brother. And I'm like, how you get dropped?
That's right. Yeah.
And it's like, how you get dropped that bomb and then be like, we're ending it in 5 chapters.
5 chapters. Yeah. No, it's kind of insane. Like, another 10 I could see, but their chapters are short too. If they were One Piece chapters, they're a little bit longer and more dense, then sure, but they're not.
Unless, how many chapters? Is it over 200? Or
no, I think it's like 60 or something.
It's got to be
100
more.
something.
Yeah, it's definitely over 100.
Yeah,
I don't know about 200.
You gonna look it up?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Because I was going to ask, do you think there's a possibility of a sequel? Like maybe the author is wrapping up this story, and maybe it'll be left, like there could be.
Oh wow, shit!
Something.
I thought it was a lot less. It's 274.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew it was over. I thought it was over 200. Yeah,
I thought it was like 174. Shit.
Yeah, no. But yeah, do you think
exactly?
You think there's a possibility that maybe there's like an opening for maybe a sequel manga, or maybe a spin-off, or
I don't know, because
I don't want
like a continuum. I don't know. No,
this manga it pissed me off so much. Like, this is the stupidest manga I've ever read in my life.
I don't feel that way. I just feel like they're gonna wrap it up in a kind of poor way. No,
because it could have been ended if it wasn't for that one fucking character. Who cares if he's upset?
Jimmy.
Who cares?
Jimmy is.
Everyone was happy.
Jimmy is mad. His hands. He's turning Super Saiyan. Like, he's raging out.
Can you agree with that? Everyone was happy except for one single person.
Oh, that would have been a fine ending.
Exactly.
That one, it would have been fine.
I would have been happy if they're like, "Oh, this is the last chapter."
And they could have threw 5 more chapters there of
like the rest of their life, kinda.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess they got into it, but we'll talk about it off mic because I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, they could have ended it there and done 5 chapters after that of Takemichi trying to make everything work, but then not. And I was
gonna say, I feel like this is the most heated I've ever seen Jimmy on this podcast so far. He like this one character apparently. He is like
every manga
right now.
I've ever read. It's like, all right, this pissed me off, but at least it redeemed itself a little bit. This manga has not redeemed itself at all. It is still bullshit.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't feel that strongly.
I was
about
to say I've heard mixed opinions. My boy Jared, he said that it's great. He loves it, but.
He's wrong.
He's wrong. Uh-oh.
No, I've been enjoying it.
I gotta call him right now.
Jared, you're wrong. About what? I'm sorry. What? No, I've been enjoying it. I just feel it should have been another like 10 chapters or so because they just introduced that last part with the one character. And it's like, all right, well, in terms of a spinoff too, that would have been something that's like a spinoff that they would have just kind of maybe thrown in a little bit, but they kind of did the whole thing. They would have, hinted towards it or whatever, and then they could have done a short spinoff about that maybe. But no, they just threw it in at the end, and now they gotta cram an ending in 5 chapters, and it's I don't know.
I have a theory of how it's gonna end, and if it ends that way, I'd be very
fade to black.
Yeah,
Sopranos.
Hold on, let me say one thing. Do you think that the last chapter could be an extended chapter? Like maybe it'd be like double.
It better be.
I know some.
It's 1 extra page.
I know some mangas. They the last chapters like maybe double, a little bit longer, so he could probably fit more info, or maybe just outcome.
Unless he makes that last chapter like 40 pages.
I mean, it could be. I know some manga for like the first chapter when they're just starting is like 50 or 60. that just to get people into it. So who knows? Maybe the last chapter could be like 40 pages. I'm not sure. Jimmy just has this face of nah. This is like I'm
have
talking
you seen
about
how short their chapters are though?
No, I haven't.
Their chapters are like 10 pages.
Yeah,
it's very short.
I don't know, man. What can I say?
Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see.
Jimmy, I can't. Every time I look at him, it's just this face of like I just don't want to talk about it anymore.
And I don't think he's taken a hiatus recently to be like, oh, I just want to figure out how to wrap it up.
He doesn't deserve a hiatus. No.
Yeah, but I guess he's confident in the ending because
there
was no hiatus or whatever. We'll see, but there's that.
But
the last page should be a giant middle finger. That's how it's gonna end. Just one giant middle finger.
A picture of Biggie just being like, it was all a dream.
Picture just
like, what? Oh.
Speaking of manga chapters,
chapter
Hunter x Hunter returns today.
Ooh, nice.
Finally.
Still never
after like a 4.5 year or 5 year hiatus, whatever it is. But chapters are finally being publicized or serialized on in Shonen Jump. And the newest chapter comes out today.
They're gonna write
That's sick.
3 chapters, and they were like, "Sorry,
originally,
hiatus."
When he announced it originally, it was going to be just a few chapters for now, right?
No,
I think it was.
No. At when we talked about it on the podcast, I'm pretty sure, but he said that as of right now, he's doing at least 10.
Okay.
And I think more recently he's been he's been doing more than 10 now. I think he sent those 10 chapters in to get just. I'm losing the word.
Yeah, like finalized and publicized and all that.
Finalized or maybe some corrections and stuff. But he's been posting on Twitter like usually once a day or at least every other day. And, it's like, oh, these chapter 398 is doing this. 399 is, background, and he's keeping us in check, It's really cool. And
I wonder if they have to like reread the chapters because it's been so long. They're like, shit,
like,
where did I leave off?
What was the name? Gone?
What is this? What were they writing?
Terrible idea.
I would imagine he's got some, notebooks or whatever of the plot points. But maybe he
goes back and watches the anime.
Bunny outfit? What?
He's like, this is where it ends?
Damn, what the fuck? What the fuck was I doing here? This is dumb. Could you imagine 5 years later? He's like, this is stupid.
Scrap it. No powers. No powers at all.
You know what? Kill you and no more Godspeed. Sorry. He's like, what?
None more like none of that shit.
Was I having a fever dream when I wrote this?
Man, what were these ant people that I was making? This is crazy.
Is it Chimera? What?
Chimera? I'm changing the name.
I watched ants way too much.
Yeah. No, maybe I'll start it then, finally, because that was one of those things where everyone was it's the best and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I've also heard people say like, it's pretty good. I mean, it's just like, it's the best for people who watched it, around the time it came out or read it around the time it came out, but I know some people are like, it's pretty good shonen. It's not great, but I know it's one of those things where like, it influenced a lot of things as well. Just like Dragon Ball Z, it's like, it influenced a lot of things. Is it the best? No, but like, I love it still.
It's okay. It gives you 5 years to catch up.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have 2 Dragon Ball tattoos. So.
I do. I sure do.
What's your most recent one?
The Majin tattoo.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever talked about it, but yeah, I got a Majin M on my hand. So I'm unhireable if I lose my job. So that's pretty sick. Pretty good.
They're like, you have to wear gloves.
Well, you're
at all times.
I do at work anyway.
Oh, okay.
You're already unhireable. You had that one before.
Oh, true. I did. I do have 2 other hand tattoos. So unhireable.
Nah, I don't
know.
know.
Good luck in the real world, loser.
It's all right. I got my career. I'm good.
You're already settled. You're fine. Don't worry about it. They're like, what is the M stand? Don't worry about it.
M stands for murder.
Murder.
Yeah.
What am I going to do to you if I don't get this job?
My career.
Oh, shit.
Dan, you have it set to M for mini when you need to set it to W for Wumbo.
Well, if I look at it, it's Wumbo. So I'm good.
You know, Wumbo?
Fuck.
Wumbology?
Come on, Daniel. No, I mean, literally all you have to do is just switch your hand up. Yeah.
Just turn the skin around.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Jimmy.
You're just like you're losing a game and you're like, nah. You just the score switch. You're instantly winning.
Everyone's like, where'd you get that? And like secretly you want to say it's from Majin, but like Brian said, it's just for every time you win at something. Like,
Yep. The W.
You just flash the W.
You can't see me with the W.
Oh,
by the way, how does that taste?
Oh, okay, so this episode is brought to you by C4. No, it's not. But yeah, I have a C4 here.
C4, please sponsor us.
Imagine. Oh, the energy drinks. Yeah, it's a C4, 0 sugar, which I think they all are. But yeah, strawberry Starburst. Very good.
I like how it says beta power. On
I know. I want an alpha power, but they're all out.
What is beta power? I don't understand.
I wanted sigma power.
Sigma power.
I have no clue. I don't read the shit because if I do, I'll get scared.
Play the Giga Chad music.
That's how I felt with Bang Energy. When I first like started drinking Bang, I was like, I'm not gonna read any of this stuff.
No.
Yo, do you see they went bankrupt?
Oh, good.
They
not surprised.
They filed for bankruptcy.
Corrupt.
Shut the fuck
up.
Dan has been saving some dad jokes since the last time we recorded.
Yeah,
he has to get out of
a lot of C4 energy going out here.
A lot of C4
Yeah,
going out here.
I don't like the pink Starburst. I think that's the
I
worst
do.
flavor.
Yeah, they have the red one too.
You don't like pink Starburst?
No, it's the worst flavor.
I like the yellow one.
Yo,
What do you like?
This is a hot. No, pause everything. This is a controversial take right now. How can you confidently say that?
I throw those out. I don't even give it to someone. I just throw it out.
God. Stop the episode. This is I can't believe this.
My favorite is orange.
Says what? Says whoever.
Says me. I love orange.
Jimmy.
Come on, man.
Jimmy.
It's orange, cherry, then lemon. And then pink goes in the garbage.
Bro, the fact that lemon is ahead of pink is absolutely disgusting.
Insane.
This is not
Tastes like straight ass.
You don't like that?
No.
You're millennial.
Exactly. I'm upset.
I am upset too. I can't even I was about to talk about the next news, and now this is just breaking news.
Yeah,
that's why I'm mad that they only make the bags
press.
of pink. Because I'm like, why wouldn't you make a bag of like cherry and orange?
Anyway, this is delicious, and it does taste like pink Starburst.
I'm reflecting my inner thoughts right now.
I'm thinking back to all the times that you've seemed a little suspicious. Now it's all adding up.
little sussy.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Say no more.
Yes, I don't even know what else to say. I'm just gonna move on.
That's like the Swedish fish flavor. I can't see that being good.
No, the red one.
You don't like. Hold on. Do you like Swedish?
Yes,
I do like Swedish fish.
So, I don't know.
Were you about to compare Swedish fish to pink Starburst?
You just said it tasted like it.
I didn't.
You brought up Swedish fish.
I said there's a Swedish fish C4.
Oh.
Okay, I was about to say. I was like, what?
Okay, that sounds delicious as well.
No. I was just gonna say you like Swedish fish, but you hate strawberry. I don't know. It's like it's not.
Yes, because they're two different flavors.
I mean, yes, you're right. They aren't the exact same flavor, but
neither is shit. Okay.
Swedish fish is not shit.
I'll take
Starburst is shit.
We're gonna have to move on from this.
All right, we gotta move on because now your bad takes are now I'm your bad takes,
vibes.
Like it's infecting me because I had for some reason I was comparing Swedish fish to strawberry flavored Starburst. Like the bad takes are infecting me.
We're trying to put them against each other.
We gotta stop.
What are you typing there, Dan?
I'm gonna have to clip this out. That's what I'm typing.
Clip this out. Just make a tab just mute whatever Jimmy just said.
Pink Starburst is great.
Jimmy, can you say great and Starburst and strawberry?
Say it in a couple different inflections, just for research.
Pink Starburst is great.
That's it.
Perfect.
All right. Moving on. So Anime NYC, the anime con that's based in New York at the Javits Center. That
sounds like shit.
Yeah, right. They announced that the creator of Attack on Titan is going to be a guest there. And apparently it's his first USA appearance ever.
Oh shit!
So it's like pretty fucking big news. That's
insane.
Incredible. And
I'm gonna try to get a piece of hair.
Yeah, clone him. No, you got to if he does a meet and greet, I don't know if
you just gotta go up to. Why'd you end it like that?
I think. Oh my god! I think there is a panel that they're gonna have or a Q&A. If I'm not mistaken.
Maybe I should do a Zeke cosplay then.
Do you feel good about yourself ending like that?
Okay.
And then he's like, nice to meet you.
No, we're not done here. Give me a piece of your hair.
Goodbye, please.
I'm reading the article on Crunchyroll, and they said that he will be there on Friday and Saturday. Isayama will.
Oh, you would have missed him.
I know. That's another funny story. Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, Isayama will be doing a rare autograph session on Friday only. That's what it says. And then he will be appearing on the Anime NYC main stage on Saturday for a panel discussing Attack on Titan. Those attending can look forward to further details and signing okay. Yeah, so I don't really know what the panel will have. I guess maybe just talking about the series, but it will be so
That's
funny.
Sick.
It will be hysterical if someone goes up to it's like, yeah, so why did you end Attack on Titan so terribly? And then his translator is probably going to be like,
what is your favorite food? He just answers like, "Oh, I really love fried chicken."
No,
and
someone's got to go up and be like, "Which ending is the real ending?"
Oh God,
Ooh,
right?
He's gonna be like, "Next question, please." Can we move on?
Or you just go up there. First of all, how dare you?
Yeah,
Second
I mean, dude,
where do you get off?
I'm gonna need your spinal fluid.
Dude, someone at the autograph session has to go like right up next to him and be like, "Do it for the sake.
I bet
do
you,
it for the sake of Japan."
And Aaron Yeager.
Yeah.
I bet you $5 someone's gonna do that. Go up right behind him. Aaron Yeager. He's like,
Another one. Oh, God.
He's gonna walk right out and leave.
Their hot breath is on me.
Someone's got to go right now. But yeah, that's so freaking cool, man. Like, dude, anime. I think I mentioned this in the podcast before, maybe, but last year was really rough because COVID was still kind of going around and the Omicron variant happened after Anime NYC.
Luckily, we were safe. Also, yeah, we do have a vlog out of that. Check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, go to a shameless self-promotion.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, no, the con last year, obviously Friday was a shit show, and I'm sure everybody knows about it. But hopefully this year they learn their mistakes and they have.
It's even worse.
No, dude, I'm telling you, this last month they have been announcing a lot of Japanese guests, and that is what I'm sure everybody wants. Like last year was a lot of English guests, and understandably because of the virus was still kind of it was coming down from its peak, and. Actually, Japan just opened their borders to international tourists on like the 11th or
something. Which I'll be going. Jimmy, do you want to come?
I can't afford it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tax return money, you might get one this year because you're not working at that company anymore.
I have a lot of money that I have to put down on different things.
Okay. Right.
But me and Dan have already been in the talks about getting a place and how long we're staying.
Forever. Yeah, we're going to get a place there.
We're moving in.
I would
feel
like
free to drop by.
I would like to go, but...
Yeah, it's looking like flights are around 1,200, but then we are going to stay in there's a nice Airbnb that's a whole 3-bedroom house and it fits 10 people, so we're going to take the most responsible people and put them in there, or try to at least. We're gonna have to. We'll probably have to split up a couple Airbnbs anyway. But yeah, we're gonna. The one that I'm looking at is 10 people, and then it'll work out to $224 a person for the whole stay. Yeah, so it's pretty good. So it ends up being like $1,500-$1,600 for the whole trip to go, and then whatever spending money. It's cheap when you're there, but yeah, if you can make it work, it'll be for my 30th birthday.
But yeah, so a little tangent about Japan and them opening their borders. But yeah, so Japanese guests finally being announced. That was the most recent one that I saw. There's so many more. If you go onto Anime NYC's like a website, I'm sure they have all the guests and listings and stuff. But yeah, they're
gonna start planning stuff out.
They've been one that came to my mind was the voice actor for Mob Psycho is going to be there.
Oh yes,
yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Very
that's another cool, and I know that's a big anime coming out, or is it airing?
It's airing right now. Yeah, I've been watching it.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of just so many good anime airing right now. My Hero, Chainsaw, we mentioned it last time.
Yeah, Spy Family.
Now it's all happening, and it's just every week is so good.
Yeah.
Blue Lock, I thought it was going to be friendly soccer, but no, everyone just wants to beat the shit out of each other and be the top soccer player.
Did you watch it?
I did watch the first episode.
Oh, and Jimmy didn't?
No, I did not.
Jimmy's
the one who's been talking about this anime for like months.
Got so mad at us for not watching the trailer. Finally watched it.
Dan,
I was like, oh, it looks pretty good. Dan hasn't watched it.
Dan sent us a picture and I think it was through Instagram or group chat or whatever it was. And it was about the main. I forgot his name already. The main character. He's like,
Blue Lock.
He's looking at it. He's looking at his demon, and Dan's like, "This is a soccer anime, right?"
I was like, so they have to play soccer, but they also have to fight their demons. And I'm like, shit.
Damn, depression, bro.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I can't.
It's like Space Jam.
Yeah.
So speaking of Anime NYC, Dan, you gave me some pretty good news yesterday. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So, Anime NYC, they have, you can apply to be a vendor. You can just go with a regular badge. You can apply for a couple different things. But there's also press badges. And we're a very, very, very small podcast. But still, I was like, whatever. There was no like certain things you had to hit for it. So I was like, all right, yeah, I'll put in an application. And I try to make it sound as professional as possible.
The first sentence is, my good sir, my name is Daniel.
Indubitably. As soon as you guys walk in, they're like, oh, we fucked up.
Oh, you?
This convention is quite exquisite.
But yeah, I led with our Anime NYC vlog got a good amount of views. Our podcasts get listens. I was just vague here or there, and then tried to put up the good stats where I could.
And they message you, how many listens? A couple.
Hey, don't actually worry about it. Just give them the highest one. Like, oh, all right, it's pretty good.
This one from a year ago.
The data takes a long time to come around.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I tried to talk us up, and I fucked up because I only put in for 3 badges because Jimmy, I remember you being like, oh, so shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, you didn't like getting touched, so I figured for me, Brian, and Jen. So I put in for 3. I would have put in for 4 just in case. Next time I will, just in case. But
it's okay. I have a lot of stuff coming up. We talked about that before.
Yeah. Spending money there is definitely it adds up. But so yeah, it was the deadline where you were supposed to receive an email back was September 30th. And it was interesting too, because like when you put it in, it's just a web doc basically. It's not like you're emailing them. Mm-hmm. So there's no way to make sure like you actually like sent it through or anything. And you were supposed to hear back by September 30th.
Someone from Romania and they're like,
I don't know what this anime move. So September 30th comes by, nothing. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I didn't expect it anyway. So I was like, all right, whatever. I have to look into trying getting resale tickets for Saturday because that's really when stuff pops off. And I was willing to pay good money for it too. I was like, fuck.
I already bought my Sunday tickets.
Brian had already bought his Sunday tickets. The worst day to go, by the way. But
yo, listen, it was the best. It was the cheapest one. I don't even know if it was the cheapest one. I think they were all $65. But it was like Sunday. I don't have work. I'm just gonna go. Fuck it.
Yeah. So I look and I don't check like our podcast email that often because like nothing really pops up in there except for like the receipt of like, yeah, you paid to host it. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's the only thing that ever pops up in there. So I check it. Today's the 23rd. I check it yesterday, the 22nd, and there's an email from the 6th saying, attached are your QR codes for press badges. And I'm like, what
Sorry, you missed it.
I was like,
Nani?
I was on the toilet, luckily, because I was like, I was going to shit myself. And I was like, I was rereading it too. And like the way they sent it out too, it was like semi-sus because it was like hello, and then they coded it wrong. So it said hello, comma, NN. So I'm like, what?
Is this real?
I'm like, is this real? But yeah, I read the rest of the email, and then I look, and there's QR codes attached from Grotix, which is who they host the tickets from.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, get the fuck out of here. I screenshot the tickets, still not believing it, and then I go back and reread it a couple times, and I'm like... And I'm like, Jen,
get over here, punch me in the face!
Yeah, and she did, before I even asked that, for some reason. But yeah, I was like, we have fucking tickets. And she was like, get the fuck out of here. Because we were stressing about that, too.
Then he got up and walked out.
Yeah. Walked around my whole apartment area, the whole complex, up and down the highway.
Hands on your head. Oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God.
Hands on my knees shaking, So, yeah.
I'm just thinking of, like, the dance. I forgot the dance.
But, yeah, I reread it a couple times, and I was like, fuck, this is real. And then I emailed the person. I was like, is this for all 3 days? And they were like, yes. And I was like,
you actually emailed them?
Yes, it's for all 3 days.
You didn't tell me that part. I don't think you...
Oh, I forgot to, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's for all 3 days. So I have to go there on Friday, but I'm going to take off of work that day anyway. Go there Friday. Yeah, go there Friday. Go and get the badges. Show them the email and the QR codes, get the badges. And yeah, it's for all 3 days. So it'll be press badges. It doesn't give us any special access or anything, but I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, we get to go.
It gets us in the con.
I'm like, we faked it and we made it in.
I mean, hey, listen,
yeah, literally.
I wouldn't use the word fake. I know you said you kind of upped us a little bit, but...
No, I didn't. I highlighted the good facts and didn't mention the ones that the metrics that aren't so great, So I was just like, we're good over here. And we do this too.
It's like that. It's like that picture of Homer where he's like in the bedroom with Marge, and he's got like his fat strapped to his back, and like the front part is like, oh, these are all of our listeners, and in the back with all the fat, it's just like, yeah, we only had like this
on this platform. It isn't good.
We barely pose it. Like,
Yep. So we're going as press, which is insane. I mean, we were gonna vlog anyway. Me and Jen were gonna vlog on Saturday with our $300 tickets or whatever we were going to end up paying for it.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure you were going to vlog for Sunday as well. Mm-hmm. But now we can get a good cohesive one from Friday through, I guess, probably Sunday as well for at least a little bit. And going to be good.
Yeah, that's, I couldn't believe it. Dan just calls me up and he's like, yo, guess what? He's like,
I was like, I got to actually call for this.
I applied for these badges and I got them.
Yeah. I was shook. Yeah. I'm still shook. I literally didn't believe it for a little bit. I was like, nah.
This is some spam.
Yeah, but then I thought of it too. I was like, well, we didn't actually email anything. It was just a web application. And I'm like, it's from the ticket place and everything. So we're good to go.
And then I guess just another quick one because we I'm sure have to get onto our topic.
Yes.
is Laid Back Camp Season 3 is in production. So I know Laid Back Camp is a pretty popular anime. I haven't personally seen it, but it's gotten 3 seasons, so obviously it's big enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen the characters all around and everything, and I think a couple days ago, I think it was last week or sometime last week, the staff announced that they're in production of it. So
very cool.
Yeah.
That was one of those anime I looked and never watched because that came out at a similar time to this anime, A Place Further Than the Universe, which was this group of middle school or high school girls who end up going on an expedition to Antarctica, I believe, with a crew and everything. So it was cool, laid back and all that. Well, laid back, yeah. But it looked like a similar vibe to that, so I kind of just never ended up watching the other one because I'm like, I'm watching one of those, so I never end up watching it. But it seems good. People like it, so very cool.
Yeah, no, so that's exciting news for some people out there.
Yeah.
For me, well, fucking whatever, no.
Wow, rude.
I know, right?
Not very laid back of you.
Chuck my phone. But yeah, now we can move on to our topic of the episode and Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Yes.
Man, first thing I'm going to say is I cannot believe how awesome this anime was. It's the first anime in a long time that I actually binged more than 2 episodes in a row.
Me too.
Yeah, Dan, I'm like, yeah.
Especially me.
I'm going to watch I mentioned, or I messaged you guys, I think on Wednesday or Thursday, and I was like, yeah, have you guys watched Cyberpunk yet? And they're like, oh, I haven't yet. And I'm like, dude, you got to watch it. I'm already halfway through it, or I binged 5 or 6 episodes or half it. I don't even fucking remember anymore. And then
I think I watched it in a day.
Yeah, Dan messaged me. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to watch the first episode tonight. And I was like, awesome, perfect. And then several hours later, I just see another text from Dan, and it's like, yeah, I'm already on episode 7. I'm
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it lined up to where we had something to do in the morning originally, but it just kind of fell through. So I was like, I'm just going to sit here and watch anime. I haven't had time to just sit down and really lock in for a little bit. So I did. And yeah, I think I finished it in a day, or maybe I finished 2 episodes the next day. But yeah, I liked it. And most people seem to like it. It has a 8.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, 90% on Google user reviews. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Jimmy, how about you?
I liked it. Did you guys watch it in sub or dub?
Sub.
I watched it in dub.
Yeah, how was it?
It was fucking better.
I watched both.
Better, you said?
I think that was 100% better.
What, how? You said you didn't watch the sub.
No, you said you watched both.
Oh, you watched both?
I didn't watch.
Or just you just compared it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was better.
I watched
because the sub was very good voice acting as well.
I watched the show in sub and dub. That's how much I enjoyed it. I literally binged it.
Oh, both? All the way through?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I binged it sub.
Great.
And then I watched it 2 or 3 episodes at a time, dubbed, and I was like, damn. It just, both are really good. Both are incredible.
Yeah, let me look up the cast here.
And I don't know. I felt like the voices were perfect.
Oh, I forgot Giancarlo Esposito was in there.
Yeah.
That's insane.
He's Mr.
That's Faraday.
Arasaka. Faraday Arasaka. Right? Is that
yeah,
right?
Faraday.
Okay, Faraday. Is his last name Arasaka? Because
I don't know.
He's part of the company.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But it's so funny because when I was watching it, I was like, why does this voice sound so familiar? And I just saw the meme start popping up and I'm like, Yo, this is crazy. What the fuck?
That's insane.
And then also, since the anime came out, Cyberpunk 2077, the game, it
got a humongous bump.
Like a massive, just
big resurgence.
I think at one point one of the developers was keeping track of it, and it was at like 70,000. No, I think the peak player base was 70,000. Right now. And that was in January of when did it came out? 2020. Yeah. So in January 2021, I think the peak player base was like 70-something thousand.
Oh, this hit roughly 85.5 concurrent players on Steam over the weekend in September 19th. So I don't know if it went up or down from there, but yeah, that was blows past 100,000 concurrent. Yeah, it went off for sure.
So. And the peak player base, or at one point, like I said, it was like a month or two after the game came out. And then when the anime came out, it was like 80,000.
They also dropped that big patch as well. Yeah. Big patch and Cyberpunk Edgerunners DLC. So that, but I think the anime is really, like, mostly what did it.
I don't think the DLC is out yet. I think they just announced it that it's going to be...
Oh, so it was just the Edgerunners content?
Yeah, it was just, the Edgerunners update. And you can find, like, weapons and Easter eggs from the show. I think you can even go to, like, Lucy's apartment and stuff.
Yeah.
Get a cocktail after David Martinez.
Yeah. And... it's just, I don't know. I loved the game when it came out. Personally, I was always excited for it. And I had fun with it, even though I was running it like 40 frames a second.
Oh, jeez.
On my old, like, 20, or whatever my graphics card is, like, compared to a 2070 or something. So it was pretty rough. But
which shouldn't be. It shouldn't have been the case, but it was... I mean,
I was running on medium settings, too, and it was like 45.
Wild.
Like,
so no ray tracing or anything.
And then when I got my new graphics card, I was like, I can play at a steady, like... because I did the...
48.
I had an NVIDIA graphics card, so I can do the DLSS.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I got a 3090.
Now I was running at like 120, upscale, whatever. Like, oh, this is awesome. This is so great. A little ray tracing.
You gonna get that 4090? It's too expensive. It's so expensive,
dude. It's like $1,700 or $1,600.
Yep. The aftermarket one, the third party ones are $1,700 for a graphics card, and I'm like, nope. I will just not do that.
Have you seen the size of that graphics card, by the way?
Massive,
dude. That thing is that's a thick boy.
Massive. It's
that's like a thick boy, bro. Like Jimmy's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course, no, but it's getting close to the size of an Xbox Series S.
Oh, that's right.
Humongous. Yeah.
Jimmy
just checked out of this one.
Jimmy, if I can put it, he is like a meerkat, just
just back and forth.
When they look back and
slight smile on, like, of course.
But reversing it back to the anime, fantastic, just amazing. And again, it was done by Studio Trigger, which I have a hard on for Studio Trigger, so
that's disgusting. I was wondering what was hitting me.
Damn.
Now I'm concerned.
Those bumps you've been hearing on the table, it wasn't my fist. But no. What's going on,
Brian?
I'm sorry. I gotta do like the morning wood like angle. Like I gotta lean forward.
The Sigma face. But
yeah, Studio Trigger just did such an amazing job with the anime. And have you played the game?
No. I thought about getting it on sale, but then I realized I don't have time, so I didn't. Jimmy, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
And you're like okay on it.
Yeah,
you feel
it's okay.
Yeah, well. They did market it, which was an issue when it first came out. They were like, "This is going to be you will never ever see anything as good as this ever." And
then I bought a game better than that last week.
Right,
and then people
from 2018.
Oh, jeez. Wait, which one was that?
What?
Which? Oh, just random example.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that was like God of War came out then.
Well, there's God of War.
Yeah.
Even Batman, like the original Batman's, had better graphics.
The Arkham. No, not better graphics. The graphics, like, it's hard to... Okay. The graphics, if you have the equipment for it...
Look at Arkham Knight.
It's Arkham probably better optimized. No, for, like, if you look up Cyberpunk running at, like, peak, it's insane. Like, but Arkham is definitely more, like, optimized. So you can get it, like, on your Xbox or a decent PC. Like, it can look better for, like, way less.
Yeah, because the rain looks like garbage.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, it looks like straight garbage.
Oh, man. And that's on your Series X, right?
Console players, man. What can I say?
But a Series X is powerful.
It's powerful.
Yeah,
but
it's about the same as a computer.
I just know.
Yeah, of like the starting of like a pretty good PC. No, it is, dude.
I mean,
no, you have to get like it's in the 2 series of graphics cards.
When Minecraft has better rain graphics than Cyberpunk, that's a fucking
all right.
problem.
Now we're stretching here.
I will start. I'm gonna show
Jimmy is just full of bad takes today. This is
just squares falling from
bullshit.
the sky.
I'm calling bullshit now. All right. Again, I've played Cyberpunk.
Jimmy, this is Spyro.
I played Cyberpunk for this year with my new graphics card, and I had ray tracing on. I had a DLSS. It was like 1440p, or it's like, you know what DLSS. If you know what
DLSS.
I'm not going to go into it.
It's bang for your buck, kind of.
It looked incredible. The fact that like just I was finally able to play the game with all, especially with all the neon lights and like seeing it reflect off your vehicle when you're driving by. Minecraft rain. This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that is the thing too, though.
First strawberry, pink. Whatever Starburst, and you think that's bad, and now you're comparing Minecraft rain.
Lava hot takes.
I'm really trying to find.
Can we
videos?
Oh, we gotta go back to the end.
They're all like 4 hours long.
Yeah, no.
We gotta go back to the end.
Back to the end.
So Studio Trigger, amazing job. They just went all out with it. They took elements from the game that it's just. Everything, like the mantis blades, whenever they were talking to each other on the phone and they had like the call, you know, it was like they popped up in the corner and it was saying what they were saying. That's in the game. And like the same sound effect with like the ringtone and everything. And I thought that was really cool. They had the wire that Lucy has. I forgot what it's called in the game, but she used that. What else was there? Just and then they introduced like cyberpsychosis, which
cyberpsychosis.
Cyberpsychosis. Sorry.
Okay.
And they mentioned it in the game, but you as the player actually never experienced something like that. It's like, oh, if you use your Chrome too much, you're gonna just start going insane. That doesn't happen, but someone made a mod for it, which is really fucking cool. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, like double-edged sword.
In the game, you do have to hunt down cyberpsychos.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't happen to you. Like if you just keep using your Neuralink, like nothing negative happens.
You're what David wishes he was.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was special. No,
it was just
only a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's like, maybe I'm special. It's like that's what they all say, kid.
Just like look at the windshield. That's the best I can get. That's what the rain looks like.
And
this is what?
This is Cyberpunk.
But on what though? Is it Series X or is it the lab? Because I know the PS4 and the Xbox One was like terrible. So if that's what it's comparing to, that's
this is Jimmy. This is somebody rendered this on their PC. This is just Cyberpunk theme. This is Rain ASMR.
I don't know.
That's I don't know, man. Jimmy, that's 3 L's in a row. Sorry, bro. You're stuck out here.
Taking the L train back home.
But yeah. So I guess we can. Just start going through. Maybe not like every single episode, but just like
little touchstones
on the. You said you have the synopsis, so do you want to go through like a little quick?
I'll turn it this way, because like,
oh my god,
at least it does start out. You know, David, he's having trouble in school. He's a poor kid, you know, going to a private school because his mom is working to, put him through, and shit kind of starts falling apart. We should say also there's spoilers. You know, from now on.
Good call, because I was about to say something, so...
There will be spoilers, but, I mean, it's been out for long enough that, you know...
Yeah, but
you should watch it.
If you're listening and you haven't turned the episode off because we were talking about Cyberpunk already, well, then that's your loss. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. Probably not going to go heavy into it, but...
If you haven't watched it, I mean.
Yeah.
So, from here on out, we will be talking about spoilers, so there's your warning.
Yep. Very down on his luck.
But yeah, so David goes to this pristine academy that his mom is putting him through because she's trying to give him the best life, and he hates it, doesn't want to go through with it. His mom is like, oh, I just, why, I want you to try better in school, like I'm doing all these things for you, and, David doesn't really know what his mom does besides, I think she's part of like the medical team or something.
Yeah, kind of like a nurse or something, I think it was.
And so then what ends up happening is on the way home, they're on the highway, and a gang just starts blasting bullets through the window because there's apparently like a target right next to them, and they get into a car crash. David's mom suffers some pretty bad injuries. Eventually, since they don't have insurance, like the medvac thing that comes down, he's like, oh, they don't have insurance, so we're going to dip. He's like, fuck you guys. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of cursing too in the show, which is amazing.
They literally rolled up and were like, poor.
Oh, yeah, no, seriously. They were like, oh, they don't have the premium insurance? Well, fuck you guys.
Hey, guys, what's up? Ugh, God,
what did they say? They're like, oh, we'll let the cleanup team get them or something. Yeah. I was like, God damn. But by the way, a lot of cursing, and they were not afraid of the gore. It was so fucking awesome.
Which is good, yeah.
Yeah, no, really good. I mean,
the sexualization, too, they did a lot of, like, you would see people, like, having like the little suck-off machines on their dicks.
Yo, that shit was so fucking funny. I'm like, bro, what is this? I feel like I'm walking through New York City.
Yeah, where can I buy it? You know, whatever.
Show me the link so I make sure I don't ever
research.
Like, where do you get that from, though? Like, what website?
Do you have a link? You fucking perv. Where's the link?
The website name, you got it?
How do you spell that?
So 2 W's?
And what kind of like pull string does it? Just for a friend.
So going back,
fucking nerd.
They go to this like shitty hospital, and then the doctor's like, "Oh, your mom is fine. Here's the bills, whatever." And then David finds he gets.
I forgot. I was like, "She's not fine anymore."
Yeah, well, yeah. Basically, she doesn't have the insurance to be fine.
But before we get to that, he gives him his mom's stuff that she had on her when he leaves, and he has the Sandivest. Is that what
Sandivestin or Vestin?
Yeah, and he's like
Sandy.
He's trying to sell it, trying to make some money.
Sandy cheeks.
He doesn't, he knows that it's like some military grade shit. He doesn't want. He can't get what he wants. Whatever. Then he gets beat up by like that bully or the snotty
the little bitch boy,
yeah, the snotty kid that hates him, and he's like,
I think it's what the principal, the dean's
son. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The only thing that bothered me with that is, I'm sorry, that kid was like punching you in the face, like not even touching you for the first like 5 minutes of that fight, and you're just like, what is he doing? Like, you're not gonna move out of the way. Like, he wasn't moving that fast, but it was just like, you're not gonna move out of the way. You just gotta let him like almost punch you in the face this whole time, and you were like, oh no, he's really punching me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it was so fast he didn't realize it, you know?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Camera couldn't do it justice.
Yeah, gets a shit beaten out of him by the snotty kid that he doesn't want him there. Gets a call. Mom dies. Long story short, Mom, he's like, yeah, your mom was good the other day, but her vitals went down and she's dead, so here you go.
Yeah, literally, they're just like, yeah, well, she's dead.
We went through the experiment where we unplugged her. We found what happened.
We found out it would be more cost effective to just let her die, so...
So then we put a dog in there.
So finally, David has enough, and he goes to his Ripper doc, and he's like, "I want to get chromed the fuck up."
Put it in the doc,
and that's where the episode ends.
Yeah, I like how he says that though, and it's like, you just get one thing, and fucking loser.
But it's an intense one.
But yeah. So now we move on to the next episode. Finally, David is chromed up, goes back to the school. And he just beats the ever-living crap with one punch. Just beats the shit out of this snotty kid, man. And the one thing I love about what they did was how they showed slow motion.
Oh, like the blur effect.
Like the after images was like so fucking cool. Like every time it happened, I'm like, this just is so visually pleasing. I love this. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, cool style.
Finally beats the crap out of this kid. And then he gets expelled from school. And then finally he meets Lucy on the train. He's on the train and
best girl.
You
think so? Yeah.
She was best girl.
Yeah, Lucy's pretty hot.
They set up Rebecca as best girl because
it was a tie between her and Rebecca.
Yeah, I like them both.
Becca was a homie.
Very like super supportive. Really,
her and the driver. I don't remember her name.
Yeah,
she was being more outspoken about trying to do what was best for David, and Lucy was being more behind the scenes trying to take care of him. Yeah. But yeah, both
because Lucy knew more than Rebecca. But whatever, you know, we'll get into that later. But let me just say, can we? Everyone talks about Lucy and Rebecca, but can we talk about David's mom? I was like, all right,
she died.
I don't care. Before she died, she was hot. All right. Yes, exactly. MILFs, please. More MILFs.
And then there's Kiwi. I mean, she is very much like a person who is from this world. She's very much like, well, gotta take care of me. You know, she makes sense for it, though.
I just didn't like her character design. She was ugly.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's just in it for, you know, making money and all that. Survival.
And her and Becca's brother.
Oh, Becca's brother.
I hated him.
Yeah, he kind of sucked. I didn't care that much when, spoilers for a little bit, he dies.
Yeah.
But
I thought, well, because I'm like, out of every death in that show, you picked the dumbest way to go out. Like, that was the absolute dumb. You're going to mess with a guy taking a piss and then get your head blown off. Like, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah, I mean, it adds to the gravity of cyberpsychosis, though, I think.
No, it does, but like that was like, why would you go and make fun of a guy pissing at the top?
Listen. I was about to say that's just his character. He's like,
it's empty.
That's just his character, you know. He's fucking around,
and
with
that's
everyone,
why I like that he died, because he's a fucking idiot.
Well, but what I'm saying is, you're saying it's a stupid way to die, but in my opinion, I think it was the perfect way, because he's just sticking his nose where it shouldn't be, and he's like, oh, look at this guy, and even what was his name? What's the big guy with the giant gauntlets? I forgot his name.
Yeah, how are we forgetting? It was very important too.
I know, right? Exactly.
We will see.
Maine, yeah.
Yes.
And he's like, yo,
the main guy in the group.
He's like, yo, get away from that guy. And he's like, oh, come on. He's just messing around. All of a sudden, boom, shotgun through the jaw, out his fucking head. I was
shit.
I was like, holy shit.
I knew something bad was going to happen, but I was like, oh, damn. I'm like, good.
We were jumping. We were jumping way ahead, but Cliff Notes. He meets Lucy. Lucy shows him how to be an edgerunner, or
shows him the way.
It's another term for cyberpunk. So they just named the show Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all edgerunners mean.
When I started watching it too, I thought it was edge commerce, and I was like, "Oh, this is for me." But no, it's different thing.
Sitting on the edge of your bed. Oh.
When are we gonna?
When are we getting to this? I'm ready. I'm full mast.
Rereads it. Runners.
So,
damn it.
So David finds out that his mom was an edgerunner, and that's how she was getting all the money to send him to this school.
Well, she was more like an arms dealer, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, they were part of the group, or
because she didn't really. I don't think she had any enhancements or anything. I think she was just more like in the medical field and happened upon stuff and would sell it. You know, more of like a arms pusher.
Gotcha. But yeah, so now
that's a cool arm.
So,
well, he's fucking dead, so it looks like it came off in battle. Who knows where it went?
David ends up joining the Edgerunners group, and they
because they're like, we fucking need that thing in your bag.
Yeah,
and he's like, I can do shit for you.
Well, they respected his mom,
right? So
they're like, all right, we'll let you slide this one time, and then he's like, I want to be an Edgerunner.
Your mom was a motherfucking. We owe her.
Damn, I was hitting out on the side.
They ran train. Yeah,
they ran train. Train runners. No,
train runners.
And then, so they go through like a whole training montage. They show him how to be an edgerunner. And then like a few, I don't know, like weeks or months or whatever pass. And then Maine kind of starts getting these episodes where, you know, he's getting the cyberpsychosis.
Yeah.
And, you know, Kiwi.
He's being real stubborn about it.
He's like, yo, you all right? And he's like, I'm fine.
Totally cool.
Leave me alone, whatever.
I'm fine, Grandma.
Like,
yeah. And then, of course, the scene that everybody loved is when David went to go to Rebecca and her brother's house, and then she points the gun at his face. He's like, yo, what's up, Chew? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, man, what the fuck? I just
be too careful.
I want to deliver these hands for your bro. And he's like, oh, fuck yeah. And he grabs the hand.
Yep.
And I don't know, just like the way, the character expressions and just how everyone acted, just like, everyone was kind of like a goofball. Cool. Yeah. And like I said, Rebecca was like the true homie where she was like, yo, David, you shouldn't be doing this. And David's like, fuck you. I'm going to do what I want.
Literally, yeah.
Oh, I remember she, like, towards the end, she's like, don't use the sand of whatever. And he's like, all right, got it. 2 seconds later. And like,
literally. I was so sad, too. I was like, know where this is going.
Yeah, and then, like, a whole bunch of shit happens. So, long story short, Arasaka starts getting involved, or they find out about like Lucy because she's a diver.
Oh, and the principal also wanted to kind of take David in and make him just an experiment, you know, try to get them to the level of the legend fucking what are they?
Adam Smasher.
Adam Smasher. They're like, see if we can do this again.
And he's in the game too.
Yeah.
Adam Smasher, yeah. So it's fucking awesome, dude. I was like, yo, Adam Smasher's in the show. Let's go.
Because David seemed to have, you know, a bit of an affinity for it. For the chrome.
Yeah.
And he did have a higher than normal tolerance for it. But that was about it.
Yeah, so Maine goes through cyberpsychosis, and I remember he like punches the fucking mouth off of Kiwi because she was diving, and then they're like, what are you doing? We got to get out of here. Then Lucy dives, and then she finds out that the principal wanted David for experimentation, so she kept that hidden from him or like wiped it out of his memory, and like a whole bunch of shit happens. Like the SWAT team comes, or they find out like someone's going cyberpsychosis, and then Maine's like, no, you have to let me go, David. And David's like, what? And just a giant explosion. Oh, there's like a bunch of C4, whatever it was, explosives in the building.
Sponsored by C4.
That's another thing. Like, I kind of wish it was a little bit cooler how he went out.
What are you talking about? I mean,
I was kind of hoping you'd see him fight more.
He was going.
Oh,
I mean,
I got you. Well,
he was beating the shit out of all those guys after him, and then he just blows up and like, I don't know.
Well,
I thought it was alright. Well, yeah, but like, what more way could you go out? Like, I'm just gonna make this massive
more guns blazing.
Yeah, and then blow himself up when he's like, okay, I can't fight anymore.
I was fine with it, but
David steals his hands or his arms because Maine was like, "You can have my arms if I die."
Yeah,
like, okay. And then
you dead yet?
This was okay. This is the funniest part to me.
He's still alive when he rips the arm up.
Don't worry about it.
This was
you dying anyway.
This was like episode 4 or
where are we
5?
At?
No, I think it's like 5 or 6.
Where he dies, right?
6.
Really?
Yeah, being because that's when it says he starts getting cyberpsychosis.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're edge running through this. Yeah.
I know my stuff.
We might be we might be missing some details, but you just you just got to go watch the show. Yeah. It's amazing.
I also like how a few months go by. That's what it says, and then you see fucking David is like 6'4",
dude. That's
300 pounds of just pure muscle.
There's barely any of his own body left. Yeah.
I was about to say that was the funniest shit to me. Just like David went from like this scrawny teenage student to like a Giga Chad. He's like, yo, look at me. I got this giant buff body.
I hated his design after that. I hated
really?
his
I kind of did too.
I did not like it. I was like, this isn't right.
Well, I liked his like punk style.
Bro.
Like, me too.
Like, yeah.
Like a scrappy little kid. I would have preferred the story went that way, but just kept his
I understand
design.
why.
Dan's like
the hands.
Dan's like, I wish his hair would have covered one of his eyes.
Yeah, little emo boy.
Little emo. Like,
I do
understand.
It took me a while to get like okay with his design after that.
Yeah.
I did like his like...
I was like, this is what it is, I guess. But yeah, he was basically just a piece of a torso. That was the only part of him.
David skipped leg day. He was just all fucking
cut his head off and put his head onto a tank.
Oh, dude, it was
insane.
so funny. But then, what's it called? One thing I wanted to mention before is that I love how gun happy Rebecca is. Like, that is her character. Oh, yeah. But she just picks up like any gun and just starts unloading every fucking clip. And she's like, "You're lucky I ran out of bullets, motherfucker."
And Lucy, after that, she isn't in the gang anymore. She starts behind the scenes trying to, dive and try to cover shit and make David safe.
Man, it's this is when things started to get sad, and you're like, no, because it got to a point where you're like, oh, I can kind of see.
You just know shit's
you're like,
going down,
please. And then David the whole time's like, I'm special. I'm gonna bring you to the moon. I promise.
And especially because it's like, all right, well, this only takes place a year before the game, and like these people aren't in it,
so, these people aren't there.
Yep. David would have been somebody, right? Nope.
But yeah, then David he's like
starts getting the little glitches.
He's like the leader of the group now, the Edgerunners.
I do like the glitches that they had where like when they start going cyberpsycho.
Like how they animate it and stuff.
It actually looks like a glitch.
Like the eyes.
Very cool.
David starts going through his shit, and Lucy's trying to save him, and he's like, "No, I have to do this," and she's like, "No, you don't." And he's like, "We should break up.
We should kiss."
What? We should kiss.
Also, for what? He literally just is getting that cyberpsychosis and getting that like, like I gotta do it, and he's also kind of addicted to doing it and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because also, what are you doing it for at this point? Expectations from your mom or whatever, but both your mom and Maine were like, just kind of wanted you to be okay. They didn't want you to do all this, so he's doing it to himself.
Yeah, exactly. Cyberpsychosis is just like addiction. Like you just keep going further and further and further. And he was taking like the injections to calm it down,
right?
But then your body just starts like accelerating the process.
Yeah, it's like once you get to that point with the injections, it's like, no, that's it. Roll it back.
Yeah, but
I mean, how do you roll it back if your whole body's fucking metal at that point? Your flesh body's gone. So.
Big rip.
Yeah, big rip.
But then,
where's my flesh body?
So
threw it out.
So the end of the show,
basically, what was I gonna do with it?
So the end of the show is basically Faraway trying to get rid of David, and he sets up he captures Lucy, sets up this
because he sells out to the other company.
Kiwi does. Kiwi was like talking.
Well, him too. Faraday is like trying to get a promotion or just money or some shit, so gives him up and works with Kiwi to do that.
And sets up this fake heist where they plant gravity like suit thing that David's like, I'm just gonna get rid of my arms and limbs and just attach my torso and my head to.
Yeah,
Did
it looks so.
I thought he still had them. He was just sitting.
No, wasn't it just his
his torso?
I'm pretty sure it was his torso and his head, and everything else was attached.
It was just just that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why like later on they sent Atom Smasher to stop David,
and like this just like threw off the power scaling. I was like, wow, because he uses his sanity and he's like,
Rebecca.
This is bullshit. He sees him and he's just like, oh, this is it. Atom Smasher, R.I.P. Rebecca, just gets.
Well, you know it's funny.
Smashed.
It's funny because she gets smashed.
Literally,
not in the good way.
Nope.
And
not in the Rule 34 way.
Dude, I got it. One funny thing is, like, throughout the entire show, Rebecca is, like, just trying to smash David. I feel like she's like, yeah, why don't we hang out?
She loves
and
yeah,
and just like, nah, I'm good.
I got Lucy.
And she's like, come on.
Yep. Give me a chance.
Yeah, so they mentioned Atom Smasher was, like, this fucking chromed out veteran legend. He's like, he took out, like, 47 of like the Marine unit or whatever. I don't even fucking
no
remember.
cyber psychosis.
It was just something ridiculous. Like he's basically just all metal now.
And I looked into him too a little bit, and he was basically like a soldier beforehand, and
that's what it was.
Apparently, he has basically no human emotion or empathy to start with, so that's kind of why I guess like he was just able to take so well to the Chrome, because his mind wasn't human to begin with. So
yeah, and at the end it was funny because Atom Smasher comes in and he's like, I said I wasn't going to have fun with this, but I actually did, and he fucking kills him. David dies.
Yeah,
so that's the end of the show. David dies.
I just want to talk about the fight a little bit because, he uses the Sandy, and it's just like nothing to Atom Smasher. He just moves with him easy.
Oh, that's right. He has one too.
Yeah. Right. He's like, oh, this bullshit. He's like, this is beginner shit.
Oh wait, can I just say I love when Faraway, they're in the Akasara building, and Faraway's like, Atom Smasher, go kill him now, and he's like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, Atom Smasher's like, I don't give a shit who you are, bro. Like, I only got one boss, and that's this bitch. So whoever you are, get the fuck out of here or you're dead.
Yeah, and he's telling David, he's like, yeah, you're nothing without the anti-gravity, too. So he's like...
he rips off the shoulders, and then David just sinks to the ground.
Then he's just a torso again.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like, you're nothing without this bullshit. And he's like, oh, you could have been an interesting experiment. Which I was like, damn, you were nothing but like, yeah, maybe an interesting experiment.
I am surprised that they didn't, like... keep him alive.
I wasn't. I was like, this seems like it's where it's going, especially killing off the whole crew except for Lucy.
No, I mean, I'm surprised like they didn't keep him alive to try doing the experiment with him anyway.
Oh, I got you. Like, just keep his little torso and shit, and then just that would have been fucked up.
He was too far gone, though.
Yeah.
But so this is one of those animes that it has like a sad ending, but I really like that.
Better than because it gave me Kill la Kill, but.
The Kame ga Kill?
Kame ga Kill.
Okay,
Kill vibes.
Where they kill more.
I was about to say, Kill la Kill.
After I said that, I was like, no, it gave me a Kame ga Kill vibes, but I thought they did this better than a Kame ga Kill in such a short
10 episodes. Well, this was really good pacing because, I don't know, a lot of like 12 episode anime or whatever, like, you could tell, like, oh, the pacing is off, but I don't know, they really nailed, like...
They did the time skips well.
Well, yeah, and getting to know the characters, getting you invested in them, like, they only gave you a handful that really mattered, and then a couple, that half mattered, and it was like just enough to make you get invested in them.
Well, because it pretty much threw you right into it, you know what I mean? Like, it like the first episode was...
But not in a way that felt super rushed.
Yeah, like the first episode was you just got to know about David. And then the second episode, it was like, okay, he joins Edgerunners, and
David and Lucy.
And then the gang. Yeah, exactly.
And I gotta say, this is probably like one of the first animes where I took a liking to the main character almost immediately.
Yeah.
Like, wow, he's actually kind of cool.
Right. And I was like, you kind of understand why he acts the way he does. And even eventually you kind of do understand like why he pushes himself so much. It's like, especially just the guilt of his mom dying and just being like, oh, she like devoted everything to me. And like, I can't waste that. And like,
Like, I love his
he's like, Mom, look, I'm on top of the Arasaka building. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Very sad, but.
And then David... Again, earlier in the show, promises Lucy that they'll go to the moon together, and David dies, and I think
Lucy goes.
Did he? Or it was
he set it up so there was like a lot of money for her. Or something. I don't remember exactly how.
Split it with I think what was it?
The driver
was that Dorio or no?
No, Dorio died.
Is it Darby?
Well, Maine killed Dorio.
What was it? Who's the driver?
Oh, Dorio was the really buff chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go
I didn't know if
down.
your computer was touchscreen because I want
Nah,
to.
looks like
Do they have a list of characters somewhere?
Yeah, they do.
What was his name?
Falco.
The driver?
I think it was Falco.
Yeah. Because
he was
awesome. And I don't know. You said you watched in English.
Oh, yeah,
but
Falco, yeah.
His voice, the English voice actor for Falco is Matthew Mercer, who does McCree in Overwatch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like,
He
oh,
sounded
look at
familiar.
Yeah. It's so awesome.
Yeah, but David told him to give all of his money and half the money for this job to Lucy, and then he can take the rest of the money.
Yeah.
And then Lucy goes to the moon.
It was so sad. With the song playing too.
And then you see David jumping.
Yeah, you see kind of like the montage and all that.
I honestly thought for a second that when she, I thought for a second that when she saw him, that she was going to get so upset she was just going to take the helmet off and die.
Oh, that would have.
I would have been like,
would have been fitting it away too, but I like where it ended.
But no, yeah, of course, David, sacrificed himself so Lucy can go live the life she wants and not have to have any worries and
I know people always complain about shit, but I'm not really sure where people's complaints are with this one. I don't know what expectations they had of it because I
heard a lot of people the complaints I saw were they felt it was rushed. And I'm like,
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Nah.
But again, it was 10 episodes, so especially for that I thought it was great.
Don't get me wrong, I wish there was more.
Well,
a lot of other people, but
they are making another.
No, they confirmed they're not doing a season 2, which is fine. I don't want them to do
I heard they were going to do with different characters.
I guess they could have done
if they do a spin-off, that's fine.
Well, no, that's what I mean, but I think it's going to be a season 2 but with different characters.
Oh, okay.
I guess they could have done one episode, but I don't know. I like how it was anyway. In between the time skip of Maine dying and David becoming the boss, I guess they could have done.
They did that fine.
Yeah, that's maybe what people are missing. But
I was gonna say, I think it would be cool if they do make a season 2,
a spinoff of that
when Maine dies to when he takes over and the missions that they do.
And then the last little scene could be the first twitch of cyberpsychosis.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
The thing that you were talking about, the pacing and doing the time skip, right? Is that they did a time skip, but they also perfectly explained everything that happened.
Yeah,
time skip. It was
there wasn't even much to explain.
It was David, you took over the gang. You're doing a great job in such a short time, and then it was are you even human anymore? You have so much more chrome on you than
they did a little bit of exposition, but it didn't feel too shoehorned in.
And then it was where's Lucy? And he's she took a break from the thing after the event, and it's okay, cool. You just explained everything that happened in a couple months. That's no problem.
Yeah,
and then it just jumps right to the next thing. And
I loved it. This normally isn't my vibe, cyberpunky stuff in general, not my vibe. I'm more into just regular fantasy or, whatever. But
fantasy.
Huh?
So high fantasy?
Yeah, high fantasy stuff or just stuff like that. Or even just regular slice of life stuff. Mm-hmm. But this normally isn't my kind of vibe, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I think what are you gonna rate it? Or? Yeah, I'm thinking of a rating, and I'm
I think I'll go 9.
I was about to say I don't know if I want. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do 10 out of 10 because, it's hard for me to think of the wrong things. I wish it was just a little longer, just a tiny bit longer. Maybe you could fit a couple more things in there, maybe 12 episodes instead of 10. But again, I'm not.
True.
I like the show. I'd say a 9 or even 9.5.
Yeah,
it's just
really good.
I can't even really pick out anything that was wrong with the show. I just love the characters. The action in it was great. The animation, like I said,
very cool.
What the standpoint when
it did take me a little while to get used to the animation
because it is very. It's touched up American animation. It kind of reminds me of that, Western regular cartoons.
Can we talk about the one frame though when David's in the car and it just looks super realistic, kind of? Do you know that? Look up that screenshot. You know exactly what I'm talking about once you see it. But it's just type.
Oh wait, yes, no, I do know. Yes.
Do you know? No, look it up. Look at it. It's the serious David or just blank David face or something. And for some reason, just his face in this particular scene just looks absolutely more detailed than anything else in the show.
This one. Yeah, just because of the seriousness of it.
Look at
I don't remember that.
Bro, I remember.
I think this was right after Maine died, right?
Yeah. I just remember watching.
When he went back into the car.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I remember watching the show and I was like, what the fuck happened here? Like what was the choice of making it look like? I don't know if it was just this like
just for seriousness.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It's better than the Attack on Titan face.
And then people
That girl.
Oh no, that's funny. That's gold.
No, that's a funny one.
That's
but
gold.
People are taking that meme and it's like my live reaction to that news.
Yes.
It's just like
Yeah.
serious.
That picture was from Know Your Meme.
Yeah.
Sam, you should do that now. The Attack on
Bro.
Titan guys gonna be at the panel.
Oh, do the face to him?
Do the Q&A and just go.
God damn, another one.
Security.
Hey, Siyama, can I take a picture with you?
This is the collage of everyone.
Oh man, but yeah, I'd say like 9.5 for you.
Yeah.
You, Dan, you said
9? Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
All right.
It was such a great show. It's only 10 episodes. You can easily watch it.
I would
like
watch it.
3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Just great. You make yourself some food, get some popcorn, sit down with a friend or just whatever. And
I might watch it today. I might build a model, watch it.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah, play
Very cool.
it in the background. But I'd say well, I know you're going to watch it in English again because you're going to be doing something else. But I would say try to watch it in
Don't wanna.
try to watch it in sub, at least like one episode.
I did.
Yeah, so that's our episode about Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Thank you guys for listening again for another fantastic episode of the Combat Crew podcast, and we'll catch you in the next one. All right,
See ya.
all right, have a good one. Bye.